This dude right here is absolutely, without a doubt, the most painful part of Deimos, the absolute worst grind on this planet. The tokens that the sun provides cost a vast array of different animals to be hunted, which takes, to be honest, a very long time. And on top of that, you need these for rank ups, as well as helping you get more grandmother tokens. Now, luckily, recently these were reduced in cost, but it still takes forever. So today, we aim to increase your efficiency and help you grind a ton of sun tokens. Welcome to the Tag Farm. Now, when starting hunting in Deimos, most players would do something like I'm doing right here. Getting your tranquilizer and some lures, and just doing the basic route, like was taught to us through Fortuna as well as Cetus. However, very quickly you discover that not only is this inefficient, but it's also very, very boring. Because of the vast array of animals, the amount of hunting you need to do with this type of farming is astronomical to get any sort of good amount of sun token, and so that's where this strategy comes in. Now, for this strat, you don't really particularly need anything special apart from a tranquilizer and arcwing, obviously. However, I would also suggest running Equinox. It's a personal preference and it doesn't really affect too much in the end. However, Equinox can help in some instances with putting enemies to sleep, making it a little bit easier to control. So just really quickly, we're just going to have a look at the Equinox build for those that may be interested. If not, I'll have a time on screen for you to skip to the next part of the video. So we're just going to start with enemy radar, which will help with seeing the actual animals on your minimap, making it a lot easier to keep track of them. We then move on to the main mods. So we have fleeting expertise and streamline for a good bit of efficiency. This will allow us to spam our 2 in the general direction of the animals, and if it accidentally affects some other enemies, that's okay. We will have more than enough energy to put the actual animal to sleep. We also have overextended and stretch for a good bit of range, as well as cunning drift up the top, because range makes this, again, a lot more easy. We are running Calm and Frenzy, the augment. This is just left over from my normal sleep build. However, I do think it can kind of help, but if you want to swap it out for anything else, you can do that as well. We also have Natural Talent and Speed Drift to increase the speed of our cast, meaning that we can cast a lot more frequently and quickly in case we need to get a little bit spammy. And then in our last spot, we also have Primed Continuity, just to add a little bit more duration back on since we took some off with Fleeting Expertise, and that'll help put them to sleep a little bit longer so we can get the capture in time. As for arcanes, it doesn't particularly matter in this. I'm running Energize and Fury, left over from, again, my normal sleep build. However, you can also change them out to Consequence and other parkour-based movement, which may help you a little bit, but in general, they don't particularly matter too much. So, it's time to get to the actual strategy. So, we want to load into Deimos and get into our Arcwing. Now, creatures have a chance to spawn all over the map. However, sometimes they can be hard to see. So, what I typically like to do is I like to use the outskirts of the map, as typically it's a lot easier to see when creatures spawn, as they tend to stand out just a little bit more. So we're going to head over there. While we are in our Arcwing, what we want to do is we need to open our gear wheel and equip our tranquilizer, because you can actually hold your tranquilizer out while you are flying. Now, tranquilizer has an effect similar to the synthesis scanner, in which when you zoom in with it, certain things will glow. And in the tranquilizer's situation, any animals that appear within range will glow through walls and obstacles. You will be able to see them. So what you want to do here is you want to slowly fly your way around the edge of the map, zooming in occasionally, moving forward a little bit, zooming more. You can zoom in and fly straight forward at the same time. It's up to you. Once you see an animal, if you are not running Equinox, all you have to do is aim your tranquilizer at them, shoot them, and then wait for them to fall down. And while you're in your Arcwing, you can go down and pick them up. However, if you are running Equinox, it is a little bit faster in my opinion if you jump out using melee and then sleep them in midair. Sleeping does the same sort of effect as Tranquilizer, however they can wake up a lot more quickly, so you just need to be a lot quicker on actually picking the animals up. As you can see in the background, it's quite easy and you can get quite a lot of animals very quickly because you can see them very easily. They're constantly spawning because you're going to new areas of the map, and it doesn't require all the setup of tracking an enemy and then calling it and all that kind of stuff. It is so much faster than the default way of hunting. It's actually kind of silly. Through testing and running Equinox, which is what I like to use, I typically averaged about 10 tags per minute. Now bear in mind I am using a resource booster, and for those that don't have a resource booster, I highly suggest getting one, because that in general will decrease the amount of grind time you have for both hunting and everything else in the game to begin with. And of course, some animals are going to be harder to get because there's different rarities, so some of the harder animals you won't get very often using this method. However, you will be able to obtain a large number of the common types of animals very, very quickly, and these can also be used for sun tokens as well. If you do some occasional normal hunting alongside it using pheromones to increase the likelihood of getting rare animals, these two strategies combined can make it very easy to obtain a large number of sun tokens. However, I personally don't like doing the normal hunting, so I stick with just farming this method, and I can typically get 10 to 20 sun tokens every single day without too much effort, and in most cases I end up with a lot of tags left over from one day of farming, and I can use them for the next 3 or 4 days. That's pretty much it for the farm though. It was pretty quick, it's nice and easy, and a lot of people don't really think about it because you go and do all the normal hunts that the game tells you to do, and it ends up being really slow. I do hope, however, that this guide has helped you. If you did enjoy, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. We also do stream this over on twitch.tv/robostealth, so if you haven't come over and checked us out yet, we stream every single night from 7 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time and finishing up at 11 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's gonna be all for today though. I will catch you on the flip side, and Robo out.